Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video, I'm going to be trying out Bradmondo's new hair color line. It's called XMondoColor. I cannot wait to try these for you guys. I've had so many of you guys ask me if I'm going to be trying the new hair color, and yes, for sure I am. So here's the packaging that it came in. It's so cute and creative. I love the packaging. I think it's adorable. It has like this warning on it, you know, like a parental advisory type warning, and it's so adorable. It just says XMondoColor. The contents of this box may be too sexy to handle, so that's what the packaging looks like. So here's what the inside of the box looks like. It just says we're a different kind of color line, and then it comes with 2 pamphlets explaining a little bit about the product, so I'm definitely going to read those for you. And then we have the 3 shades right here. Look how cute they are. Oh my gosh. The first shade we have is XMondoColor Super Pink. Here is what it looks like. It's a very, very large container. It's 8 fluid ounces. And then we have the purple shade right here, and this one is Super Purple. And the last shade is blue, and this one is Super Blue. Let me go ahead and read a little bit about the products for you guys. Aw, I didn't even see this till just now. Okay, he wrote me a message. I didn't even see that till right now, so let me go ahead and read this for you guys. It says, over the years of reacting to so many DIY job fails, I always thought to myself, why can't color actually benefit your hair instead of damaging it? When I created XMondoColor, the most important thing to me was to have your hair actually be healthier post-dyeing. So that's exactly what we created, color that's actually good for your hair. And then he wrote me a little message. It just says, hi Aislinn, queen of rainbow hair. My colors are pigmented, let me tell you. I hope they live up to your standards. Keep being fabulous, Bradmondo. It's so sweet of him to take time to write everybody a message. I love that. Thank you so much, Brad. I love it. So let me go ahead and go into detail about the product and tell you guys the ingredients and why it's going to make your hair feel better than it did before you dyed it. So this first thing right here says vibrant as fuck, packed with high intensity pigments to give you the brightest color imaginable. You guys know I'm all about that shit. Yes, give me the neons. I love it. It's vegan and cruelty-free, which is also amazing. It's never tested on animals, and all ingredients are derived from vegetable sources. So right here it says ultra hydrating. We've created a blend of luxurious oils and hyaluronic acid to hydrate and lock in moisture. Bond building. Say goodbye to damage by creating new bonds to support and restore weak hair fibers. And protein packed. We've combined 4 different proteins to strengthen and replenish your hair. So there is a little bit about the product. The packaging is killer. I'm literally obsessed with it. And I love these large tubs. This packaging is like an ideal color packaging for me because you can reseal it. So obviously the top screws off, you can use color, and then you put the top back on, store it away, and it stays sealed and it stays good for the next time you want to use it. So here's an Arctic Fox bottle. It's 8 ounces, and this container is also 8 ounces. I don't know why. This one just feels like more product to me, probably because the container is a little bit bigger. I love Arctic Fox bottles, but it's hard to get the rest of the pigment out of the container. You're like sitting there shaking, trying to get the very last drops out. You can't scrape the color out of this bottle in any way. It's a narrow opening, so there's not a lot you can do to get the remaining color. So I feel like a lot of the time color is wasted. Because these ones are so large, you can literally scrape out every last drop of color, so you won't be wasting any. So I'm gonna compare it to Manic Panic 2. This one is only 4 ounces, Brad's is 8 ounces, so his is doubled. But with Manic Panic, it's so difficult for me to get a brush in here. The end of the brush like won't fit on the inside of this container, and that can be very frustrating. And it's also hard to scrape out the rest of the pigment because the brush doesn't fit in the top of this. Whereas this opening is wide enough, you're able to fit your whole brush in there. It's just simplified, and you don't have to buy bowls or anything like that. You literally just open this up. It's already in like a bowl-like object. I would also like to say this is not a sponsored video. I'm obviously going to give you my honest review and my honest opinion on it. So far, I've loved everything I have seen. I have not touched or played with the color yet, so just keep that in mind. I'm giving my opinion as we go along. So far, I am in love with the packaging. I think it's such a good design and it's user-friendly. So I'm gonna go ahead and open these. Let's see what they smell like, and let's see kind of what the texture is like. Okay, they smell just like the rest of his products do. I've done one video in the past using Bradmondo products, and currently that is what my hair routine is. I use his shampoo, conditioner, deep conditioner, his oil, his leave-in conditioner, and his like styling spray. So literally my whole hair care routine is Brad Mondo products. The smell of his products alone is like what drives me to them. It's a very like unisex friendly smell, and I just am obsessed with it. It smells like high-end, high quality. I love that he stuck with one specific scent for like everything, so that way you're not like mixing smells, which can go wrong really quickly. It's like one uniform smell, and it just kind of like empowers the smell even more. Here is the blue shade, super vibrant. Here is the purple color, so beautiful. I can't wait to use these. All right, here is the pink color, so vibrant and neon. I can't wait to dive into these. I would absolutely love to use these on my hair, and it makes me sad that I'm not going to be able to. I have color left over in my hair right now. I need to bleach my roots. Basically, my hair is a hot mess, so I'm not going to be using these on myself, sadly. These are the only 3 colors he has right now. I'm sure in the future he will expand upon the color range, and as soon as we get the 3 other rainbow colors we need, I will definitely use all of these on my hair. I would love that so much. So this color retails for $28, which is the most expensive semi-permanent color I've ever used. So I'm really excited to try it and see if that amount of money is worth this product. I'm just going to be using the hair color straight out of the jar with its full pigment. I had such a hard time deciding how I wanted to dye the wig, if I wanted to do ombre or vertical, prismatic, block color, pinwheel. I could not decide. So I asked you guys on Instagram which technique you would want to see more, ombre or vertical, and the ombre hair color won. Not by very much though. It was going like back and forth, but in the end, ombre won. And then I did another slide asking you guys in what order you would like to see the color, how would you like me to dye the wig, and I got so many great responses from you guys, and Brad said ombre, so we're gonna do ombre today on this wig. I decided to add a little bit of flair. Instead of just doing one ombre all over the wig, I'm actually gonna be doing split dye ombre. So one side is going to be going from blue to purple to pink, and then this side is gonna be going from pink to purple to blue, and then I'm gonna leave out the front 2 pieces, and I'm gonna be doing the prismatic technique on that. I'm just going to use these really small metal clips to kind of pin back the hair out of my way. Alright, so we're going to start with this section. So on one side of the split dye, we're going to start with blue at the root. The other side, we're going to start with pink at the root. So for this front prismatic piece, I'm going to start with purple at the root. So let's dip into the shade and see. Okay, it's very thick. It feels very much just like a conditioner. To me, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Overtone with the packaging and the texture. I've never tried Overtone, but I know it's just like a deep conditioning mask. That's what this feels like. It feels very much like a deep conditioner. I want to show you guys exactly how thick this is. So as I'm putting it in there, I feel like you guys can definitely tell. It feels pretty much just like a deep conditioning mask. That's what it feels like to me. I love how neon and vibrant these colors are though. I'm kind of living for that. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I love this color combo. Yes. You guys know I did a color combo just like this not that long ago with the splat hair color. It wasn't as vibrant as this though, which is part of the reason why I wanted to go in with full pigment. So that way I'm so excited to have a wig because I really loved that splat hair color I did. So even though the product is very thick, it's not hard for me to saturate the hair at all. That's one thing that I'm noticing. I'm not having any difficulty saturating the hair, and it's not hard for me to like work the color in. I'm just gonna work these colors together a little bit and diffuse the lines. As you can see, we're repeating these 3 colors. So up here, I'm gonna start this next section with blue. That's part of the prismatic technique. Once you pull down a new section, you start with a new color. And since pink is right here under the purple, we're gonna start with blue. So it goes purple, pink, blue, purple, pink, blue. So on this next section, we're gonna do blue and then continue purple, pink, blue. You'll see when I start applying, it makes a little bit more sense once I get the color on there. You'll start seeing the pattern come through a little bit more. So we just do the root in that blue color, and then where all of the previous color is, we just stick with that. So you can see the purple up here. So I just go in with the purple and then pink, and we just repeat the cycle. And then on the next section I bring down, we'll start with a pink color. Also, something I learned last time I did this technique, When you start putting the color on, if you just go ahead and run through all the sections with that color, it saves time instead of picking up, putting down, picking up, putting down. So since I just did the pink, I'll just go through on all of these sections right here and apply the pink to those areas. So that way I'm not putting down and picking up the brush with the color more times. It just makes it a little bit easier and it's gonna save you time in the long run. Also, you can make these prismatic sections as thick or as thin as you would like them to be. You can do smaller color sections, so just do a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. You can make these sections wider. If you make them wider, it's gonna look more like an ombre. If you make them smaller, it's going to enhance the prismatic technique. And then I just go back through, like I said, and just kind of run these colors together, blend them into each other a little bit more. Make sure everything's covered and I'm not seeing any blonde pieces peeking through here. So like I said, the next section I bring down is going to be pink. And I like to comb the next section down and kind of smush it into the previous color so that way it sticks and you kind of know where all the color is going to be placed. I'm honestly pretty shocked at how easy it is to saturate the hair right now. Another reason I wanted to do ombre color, with thicker dyes, it's harder to create an ombre like blend. With thicker dye, it's easier to do a vertical pattern because you're just sectioning out one piece of dye and thoroughly saturating that one piece. That's a lot easier to do than taking a section and trying to blend 3 colors together. Sometimes with thicker colors, it's harder to get that nice blend and saturation. So definitely gonna be put to the test today. Very shocked at how easy it is to blend these colors together. You guys know I tried the Good Dye Young hair dye and it was not easy to saturate. It was so thick and clumpy and it was just hard to use. And this dye is very thick also. Like I said, it's more of a deep conditioning consistency, but I'm not having any problems blending colors together or applying anything. We'll see when I get to the ombre portion if it's a little bit harder to blend and use the colors. But for now, I'm not having any issues. All right, so this section's done. All right, we're gonna start with blue on this section. And because the hairs under here are so short, we're only gonna be able to do like 2 colors under here. I am not having any trouble saturating and it's kind of blowing my mind a little bit because with thicker dyes, it's normally very difficult to saturate and make sure everything's covered and I am not having any issues at all. I'm like very shocked at how easy it's been. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of a voiceover here. So with thicker dyes, make sure you're applying a lot of product and really work it into the hair. Like I say in every hair dyeing video, saturation is key. You don't want to leave any blonde pieces or you don't want the hair to be really patchy. Especially when you're doing the ombre technique, it's important to blend those 3 colors together really well so that way there's not a line of demarcation and those 3 colors are going to blend seamlessly and you're not going to miss any spots. Also, I do keep a towel in my lap while I'm applying the color and I'm wiping my hands off on that towel in between each color so that way I'm not cross-contaminating and I'm not accidentally getting the blue on other pieces of the hair. So as I started applying the dye, I realized it's easier if I go through and apply the blue all over at the root area first, and then I'll go back in with the other 2 colors. This is gonna save a lot of time, and also you're not gonna have to wipe your hands off as often. Just do the blue all over on the roots, and then move on to the other 2 colors. That way it's going to save you a lot of time in the long run. The instructions recommend for you to use a comb and comb through the color throughout the hair. I definitely recommend doing that to make sure the hair is saturated evenly, especially with thicker dyes. I've learned recently that when you have a dye that has a thicker consistency, they can kind of be 2 different types of thick dye. When I used Good Dye Young, it was really thick, but it was really hard to saturate the hair and the dye almost felt like dry and sticky and it was really hard for the hair to like accept the color. I had to spend a lot of extra time working it in to the hair in order for it to saturate. With Brad Mondo's color and Iro, which I just recently tried, both of those dyes are thicker, but they're easy to saturate the hair. They're not dry and they're not sticky. They're really easy to like work into the hair and the hair grabs the color really easily. Normally when I'm getting ready to dye hair, I have to grab my bowls and my brushes and then I have to mix up the color to get the tones and shades that I like. With Brad's product, it really simplified a lot of that process for me. I just had to grab his color, open up the tube and dip my brush right in and I was ready to go. The packaging is very user friendly. I love that. Normally while I'm dyeing the hair, I am leaving my brush sit in the bowl with the color, and with his packaging, I just unscrewed the top of the jar and laid it next to the color, and then when I was using a different color, I would just set my brush that I was previously using on the lid, so that way my brush wasn't soaking in the color. A lot of the time when I'm leaving my brush in the color while I'm using a different shade, the brush can get really messy and coated with color and it gets slippery and stuff, so I liked that I had a platform to put my brush on while I was using a different color. That way my brushes weren't getting messy. Now, of course, if you wanted to dilute the color or if you wanted to make it more pastel, obviously you would have to get a mixing bowl and add conditioner in there to make the shade you want. But I really like all three shades. I didn't feel like I needed to like modify them in any way. I was really happy with like the undertones of the shades, and the vibrancy was definitely there. And I love neon hair color, and his color is very conditioning and it also packs a very vibrant punch. Overall, I really enjoyed working with this hair color because it is thicker and it's more of a conditioning based color. There are a lot of added benefits to this. It has a protein in it and it's conditioning. It's going to make your hair feel better. This wig I have never bleached or dyed before, and it made this wig feel better. So I think it would do wonders on someone who has severely damaged hair, but you still like dyeing your hair bright. Definitely give these a try because I think you're going to be so surprised at how good your hair feels afterwards. I could definitely feel a difference on the cuticle of the hair after I got done washing out the color. I can't wait to see what other colors he decides to come out with, because as soon as he launches the rest of the rainbow shades I need, I will definitely be trying this on my hair. Alright, I have all the color applied to the wig. It looks so sick. I cannot wait to rinse this out and see what it looks like. I love this color combo. It's so beautiful. It definitely is more difficult to apply color to the hair when it is super thick like conditioner. Just make sure you're saturating really well. If you purchase the dye and you think it's too thick, you can always add a little bit of water to it to thin it out, so that way it's a little bit easier to work with and saturate. I really didn't have any problems. It does take me a little bit longer to apply the color because I do have to make sure it's saturated really well because it's more of a conditioning color. The instructions say to process for 20 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and let this sit for 20 minutes and I'm going to rinse it using cold water, and I'll be back with this wig on my head to show you what it looks like. I can't wait. It looks so dope right now, so I can't wait to see it rinsed and styled. All right, I'm back. Here's how the wig turned out. It's so cute. I am seriously so in love with it. And this haircut is pretty similar to what I have now, so I feel like it looks like my real hair. The wig's a little bit thin. I wish it was thicker, but overall it turned out so well. I love the color. I love the vibrancy. It's so cute, and I feel even cuter with my makeup on because it matches my hair, and I think it all goes together so well. I just did some loose waves because I think ombre color looks really nice when it has like a beachy wave to it. So that's how I styled it. I love these front prismatic pieces framing the face. They're so cute. I'm so glad I did the reverse split dye. I just think overall it turned out so well, and thank you guys so much for your suggestions on Instagram. While I was styling the hair, I was like looking close at it because it's super shiny, and I was like, are there sparkles in this? And I like pulled the hair apart and there were sparkles all over in the hair. So I like grabbed the color and I was like, is there sparkles in this color? So I like started looking really close at the color, and there are super fine like sparkles and glitter in the color, which I didn't even notice when I was applying to the hair. But as I was styling it, it was so shiny, and I was like close to it while I was styling that my eye like caught the reflection of the glitter. So just know there is very small glitter pieces in the color. It adds so much shine to the hair, and it's not very noticeable. It's not chunky or anything like that. It's very like finely milled, but it's like so shiny, and I love the way that it turned out. I love this color combo so much, and I'm very happy I now have a wig I can pop on when I miss this color combo. Overall, I'm really happy with how everything turned out, and I really enjoyed using Brad Mondo's color line. If you have tried his color line, I would love to know your opinions on it. The color is pretty expensive. I will say I can definitely feel a difference in the wig. If you're using this color on pre-lightened hair or damaged hair, hair, it's definitely going to make your hair feel better. I kind of think of this as a deep conditioning treatment and color all in one. And that's how you could justify the $28 price tag. You're getting color and you're getting a deep conditioning treatment, protein treatment, all of that stuff in one. If you have one solid hair color all over, I would definitely recommend getting these to refresh and brighten your hair, because it definitely is so pigmented and very vibrant, and also the feeling of your hair after you use it is so good, and it makes your hair feel so much softer and stronger. Hopefully more colors come soon so that way I can try this out on my hair. I would love to do a full rainbow look using this brand. That is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. The link to that is in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much. And until next time, guys, stay weird. Goodbye.